Hello and welcome back for this new video. In this video, we'll analyze how the Feng Shui energies of 2025 manifest themselves spatially and directionally. We'll see how we can use them to our advantage in our homes, and we'll also look at what we can do if there are unfavorable energy configurations. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks to everyone who is subscribing, and let's get started. Let's begin with some basic considerations. According to the Chinese calendar, 2025 is the year of the yin wood snake, also known as the blue snake. But it's important to remember that the start of the year of the wood snake doesn't coincide with the beginning of the Western calendar, January 1st. The astrological year of the blue snake begins on February 3rd, 2025, and ends on February 3rd, 2026. So it's important to remember that from January 1st, 2025 to February 3rd, 2025, we're still in the previous astrological year, the year of the young wood dragon. In the Chinese calendar, the snake is the fourth zodiac animal in the seasonal cycle and is also the first animal of summer, mainly associated with the fire element. In the year of the wood snake, the dominant energies are wood, fire, and metal, especially yin wood and yang fire. Earth is less strong and water is absent. This year as well, wood remains quite strong, especially yin wood. However, unlike previous years, the presence of fire allows it to evolve and transform, which is a good thing. In Feng Shui, we say that in 2025 the ruler of the year is the snake, also known as the Tai Sui or Grand Duke of the Year. The snake is associated with the southeast direction, specifically southeast 3. So the entire southeast sector or palace is associated with the Tai Sui. Opposite the snake, we find the pig or boar at northwest 3. The pig is the antagonist of the snake. It represents the, also called, besides the. We also need to consider the, which represent difficult or dangerous directions. In the year of the snake, the are generally connected to the east. Finally, the or is at southeast 1 in the dragon. How can these sha manifest? Robbery sha indicates the possibility that something might actually be stolen from you, but much more often it refers to the chance of losing something we have or something we thought we had already gained. Attention, all of this can also be just on a metaphorical level, so it doesn't necessarily mean the loss of a physical possession like money, but it could be something stolen in an abstract sense, an idea, recognition, or a promotion. Calamity sha represents the strongest type of sha and is linked to various kinds of problems, unexpected events, difficulties. Finally, the annual sha or earth sha is always connected to delays, slowdowns, blocks, difficulties in moving forward, things like that. The last piece of information concerns the flying stars. The most problematic star is the 5-star, which this year is located in the northeast. The 5-star is associated with unexpected events, disasters, and sudden changes. So this year, the northeast is a very delicate direction. Of course, you can find all this information in the Feng Shui 2025 Planner Guide, where you'll also find much more. More information can be found below in the description. First of all, this year the northeast, southeast, and northwest areas should not be touched. So in these zones you should avoid even minor changes inside the house, demolitions, moving furniture, or changing the function of a room. For example, turning a study into a bedroom. If you need to make changes in these areas, use the Feng Shui Planner 2025 guide to select the right day. This is even more important for homes that face southeast, southwest, or northwest. In this case, since these homes are more sensitive, they should not undergo any changes in any area of the house. If you still need to make changes, I recommend seeking professional advice or using the Feng Shui Planner 2025 guide to calculate the best date. Additionally, this year you should not buy or move into a home with the back facing northeast or northwest. You should also avoid homes with the main entrance door facing northeast or northwest. If you really can't avoid it, it's very important to calculate the right date for the purchase and the day you move into the new house using the Feng Shui Planner 2025 guide. As for the placement of the bed, in the year of the blue snake, you should absolutely avoid placing a bed with the headboard facing northeast, east, or northwest. If you can't do otherwise, use the Feng Shui Planner guide to select the most suitable month, that is, one with a good flying stars configuration and the best day to avoid risks. As for placing an important desk, this year you should absolutely avoid having a desk with its back to the northeast, east, or northwest. Again, if you can't do otherwise, seek professional advice or use the Feng Shui Planner guide to select the most suitable month, that is, one with a good flying stars configuration and the best day to avoid risks. What is the best direction to place a fountain or an aquarium? First of all, here we're talking about a small water feature to place inside the house, something you can easily move every year. This year, the southeast direction is particularly favorable. You can determine the direction from the center of the room where you want to place the fountain. The fountain brings growth and gains. Remember that there are some important rules to follow when placing a water feature. More information can be found in the description. You also need to carefully choose the right day to activate the fountain. What is the best direction to activate the wealth spot? The southeast and southwest directions are the best. You can determine the direction from the center of the room where you want to place the installation. The wealth spot encourages the accumulation of resources and limits expenses. Remember that there are some important rules to follow for the wealth spot, otherwise it won't work. The fountain and the wealth spot cannot be placed together. Furthermore, the fountain should never be placed at the wealth spot, otherwise it will lead to financial losses. Finally, you also need to carefully select the right day to activate the wealth spot. As for long or important trips, you should avoid traveling towards the northeast, southeast, southwest, or northwest, especially during certain months. In the Feng Shui 2025 Planner Guide, there is a detailed chapter dedicated to travel and relocations, month by month. Now let's take a look at how the energies of the year manifest at the level of Earth Qi, that is, in terms of Feng Shui, by analyzing the directions, the areas within the house, and the timing throughout the year. So now let's look at the energetic characteristics inside the home using the flying stars method. First of all, you need to determine the back and the front of your home, which is usually pretty intuitive. If you don't know how to do it, for example, you can ask for help in our Kainu Feng Shui community on Facebook. You can join the community for free, and you'll find more information below in the description. Once you've determined the back and the front, draw a 3x3 grid on the floor plan of your home. This grid is called the Ba Gua. Then, using a simple compass, mark the north direction and then, moving clockwise, mark all the other directions. This way, you'll assign a specific geographic direction to each of the 9 squares. In Feng Shui, each of these 9 squares is called a palace. An important clarification: do not place the Ba Gua with north where the entrance door is, as you might read online or in some books. This has nothing to do with Feng Shui. It's a completely wrong method that you absolutely must avoid. What can you do in your home to take advantage of the favorable energies of the snake? How can you limit unfavorable configurations? Now we're ready to analyze the energetic characteristics of each of the 9 palaces. North Palace. The annual Star 7, Yin Metal, visits the North Palace. Star 7 brings conflict, theft, violence, arguments, judgment, malice, destruction, and quick action. It is not a good star and has a mixed effect. On one hand, this star positively strengthens the Lord of the Palace, Star 1. On the other, it maintains its negative qualities when paired with Star 5. So this year, the North direction is suitable for achieving development and growth through drastic, invasive means, or through cunning and manipulation. It also encourages flirting and falling in love, so it can be used with a Feng Shui activator when the monthly Star 4 passes through the North. Because of this configuration, the North direction is not suitable for activating the wealth point. Northeast. The annual 5 Fire Earth star visits the Northeast Palace. This is the worst star. It is associated with sudden and unexpected changes, accidents, misfortune, perversion, disasters, but also with spirituality and personal growth. Do not make changes in this area, not even small ones. If possible, do not use this area and do not add red color. If you have to use this room anyway, only do so for quiet activities. If the area is missing, cut off, or blocked, it's actually better in 2025. The same goes if there is a bathroom, a toilet, a storage room, or a secondary room here. If there is a lake, a pond, or a swimming pool outside the house in the northeast direction, you are already protected. If you can use this area for meditation or spiritual activities, that's very good. Avoid risky activities. In 2025, this is the worst area because there is a lot of tension between the energies. Do not start demolition or construction work in this area. East. The annual Star 9 Fire visits the East Palace. The 9 star is associated with activities, help and assistance, prosperity, new ideas, and positive new things. In this palace, the 9 star is particularly favorable for expression and activity. It is a young room, more suitable for daytime activities, and less suitable for rest and relaxation. It can bring excessive excitement and exhaustion, with stress on the heart meridian. Very favorable for creativity, especially in the technical and scientific fields, also suitable for research, development, new ideas, and profits. However, be careful of stress and overexcitement. This is one of the best areas in 2025. However, do not place a bed or a desk with your back to the east this year, especially in the east and west zones. Southeast. The annual Star 1 visits the Southeast Palace. This is a very favorable star that brings development, growth, expansion, studies, new things, fame, and success. It supports academic success, especially in literature and the arts. It encourages studies and the expansion of your social network. This area is also very good for long-term growth, income, and success at work. There is also potential for profit if this is your work area. This area is also favorable for receiving help and for personal and family serenity. This is probably the best area in 2025. If you have a specific goal, you can strengthen Star 1 with a small fountain in the southeast direction. The water must always be in motion. Use the lunisolar calendar to select a good date to activate the fountain. Remember, never place a fountain in the bedroom, long hallways, secondary rooms, or on stairs. In 2025, the southeast area is associated with Tai Sui, so you should not make changes or renovations there. If you still want to do them, it's much better to do so before February 3rd, 2025, or after February 4th, 2026. Do not start demolition or construction work in the southeast area. In general, for homes facing southeast or northwest, this year it would be better to avoid renovations and building modifications anywhere. South. The annual Star 6, Young Metal, visits the South Palace. It is a good star that brings authority, the acquisition of power, career advancement, command, determination, and an improved reputation. It favors a military career and artistic achievements, as well as careers in large companies or multinationals. It promotes health and longevity. It is also favorable for everything related to medical studies and sciences. However, the 6th star is not in the best position in the south. There may be problems or conflicts with authority. The family hierarchy may be called into question. If this area is occupied by teenagers, there may be disputes. Career opportunities are limited, and there may be conflicts with superiors. Center. The annual Star 2, Yin Earth, visits the Central Palace. The 2 star has mixed qualities. It is associated with activating your social network, caring and nurturing, fertility, wealth, health, maturation and completion, but also with illness and blockages. In this palace, the 2 star is favorable, especially for activities related to construction, design, and architecture. This area favors the completion of projects. If the central area forms a single space with the east, southeast, south, or southwest areas, that's even better. If the center is free and open, the effect is better. If the center is reduced, blocked, cut off, or unusable, it's worse because you lose most of these advantages. Southwest. The 8th star, Young Earth, visits the Southwest Palace. This is a good star that brings help, assistance, happiness, and small gains. This is one of the best areas of 2025. Because of this configuration, this year the southwest direction is excellent for activating the wealth point in the living room or in a study or workroom. You need to find the southwest direction from the center of the room. Remember that the wealth point must be set up in a suitable corner, otherwise it won't work. This can be done in any of the 8 palaces, not just in the Southwest Palace. West. The annual 4 star, Yin Wood, visits the West Palace. It is the star of minor fortune. It helps with love, creativity, academic success, studies, art, love, and falling in love. However, in 2025, the 4 star in the West is not very favorable. Therefore, in general, we advise against using it. It's better to use the monthly 4 star. In conclusion, for women, it's better not to activate the 4 star in the West. Men, on the other hand, can do it, but not if they're looking for a serious relationship. If you're already in a relationship and you activate the 4 star, you're heading toward a breakup. In this area, there are conflicts between young and older women. In general, there shouldn't be major arguments between women, for example with your mother-in-law. This year, adult women might face romantic competition from younger women, so pay attention to your relationship. Also, be careful to avoid messy relationships. For men, there's an increase in potential partners and a bit of casual sex on the horizon. If this area is occupied by a teenager, watch out for who they're hanging out with. Also, don't place a bed or desk with its back to the east this year, especially in the east and west areas. Northwest, the annual Star 3, Young Wood, visits the Northwest Palace. Star 3 is associated with competition, assertiveness, perseverance, ambition, conflicts, inventions, hierarchy, determination, impulsiveness, stubbornness, and corruption. In this palace, it is not favorable. It is a yang room, more suitable for daytime activities, with strong energetic clashes, and less suitable for rest and relaxation. It can lead to stress and exhaustion. In this area, you should be careful about household accidents and avoid risky activities. In 2025, the northwest direction is also the one to avoid. Do not make changes in this area, not even small ones. This area should be kept quiet and used only for normal daily activities. Do not move or change the furniture. Do not start any construction or demolition in this area. In general, for homes facing southeast or northwest, it would be better to avoid renovations and building modifications anywhere this year. If this room is used by a son, there may be discipline problems or attempts at rebellion and conflicts with the father. It's much better if used for work or study. It can yield excellent results and profits, although you still need to watch out for stress. Remember to also watch the other video, 2025, Year of the Wood Snake, Chinese BAZ Astrology, see the description. Thank you for watching this video and for making it this far. If you want to see more free content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. Visit our website, Kanyu Feng Shui Academy, to download the 2025 Feng Shui Planner Guide and to get more information about the guide and our school. Also, remember that on the homepage you can sign up for our newsletter, where you'll also find the detailed monthly update on energy trends. It's free, but it's reserved for our newsletter subscribers. Bye. See you soon.